Welcome back to the stovetop. So, I might have had Canadian Club whiskey a long time ago. I don't remember, I'm not sure, but my guess is I probably didn't like it. It's an affordably priced blended Canadian whiskey. This fifth was only $13, but I'm thinking because I haven't had it in so long, or I really am not sure if I did have it, that if I did, I probably didn't like it. But recently, I saw Canadian Club Blackberry, and I thought, since we like the Crown Royal Blackberry so much, maybe we'd like that. So in this Cocktails with Squib video, I'm going to try it out for the first time. So I'm going to try both of these. I'll tell you what I think of Canadian Club by itself, and then I'll try the Canadian Club Blackberry. But first, I'm going to read some information off of the back label of both bottles. So for Canadian Club, it says 1858 original, aged in American oak barrels. Canadian Club Original 1858 is an exceptionally smooth whiskey offering hints of spice and vanilla with a clean finish and a subtle sweet oak aroma. Now it does say it's imported by the Canadian Club Import Company of Chicago, Illinois, but it's a product of Canada. It also has nutritional information. For 1.5 fluid ounces, it has 97 calories, 0 grams of carbs, 0 grams of protein, and 0 grams of fat. And this is 80 proof or 40% alcohol by volume. Now for the Canadian Club Blackberry, it says it's Canadian whiskey with natural flavors. It's also 80 proof or 40% alcohol by volume. Canadian Club Blackberry whiskey with natural flavors brings a bold and exciting blend of flavor and character together in one bottle, made with real Canadian Club whiskey and a hint of blackberry flavor. Nutritional information for this, for 1.5 fluid ounces, it's 110 calories, 3.4 grams of carbs, 0 grams of protein, and 0 grams of fat. It's bottled by the Canadian Club Import Company in Frankfort, Clermont, Kentucky, and it does not say product of Canada, even though it's Canadian whiskey. Yeah, I don't see anywhere on here where it says product of Canada. So maybe it is, maybe it isn't. So I did a quick Google search, and it says on more than one site that yes, Canadian Club Blackberry is made in Canada. So I've got 2 rocks glasses here with a couple ice cubes in them. They're frosted over because I've had them in the freezer while I was filming. So I'm going to start off with Canadian Club. Now I decided to have this on the rocks instead of neat because I thought it might help a little bit, especially if the blackberry is a little bit sweet. So it's got a twist off plastic cap, and that's it. It's a amber color. Smells like Canadian whiskey, kind of sweet, a little dry. Not quite, it doesn't smell quite as sweet as Crown Royal. Okay. Yeah, there's some oak in there. It's smooth. It's not the smoothest, but it's smoother than well, some of those rock gut whiskeys that I tried to make a cocktail with. I'll include a link to that video at the end of this one. It's not bad. Benchmark is about $1 cheaper for a fifth, and that I think is a little bit smoother. But that's a bourbon. That's not a Canadian whiskey. There is a a different kind of taste. Yeah, there's just a bit of an aftertaste, and it does kind of taste a little bit cheap. I'm not saying it's bad. This might work out well in a cocktail. Maybe I'll mix it with something and do another video. But yeah, it's not as good as Crown Royal. It's also not as expensive as Crown Royal either. And now to the Canadian Club Blackberry. The difference in the labels is that the Blackberry whiskey has a purple label, whereas regular Canadian Club has got a white label with a gold border at the bottom. And the Canadian Club whiskey label has a blackberry on it underneath the word Canadian Club. So it's got a twist off cap as well. Pour it over the top of the ice, which has already melted some. When I shut the camera off last, I got some unsalted cashews to cleanse the palate with. So the whiskey is pretty much the same color, kind of an amber color. In the bottle, it looks purple. I don't know how well that's showing up on camera, whereas the Canadian Club blended whiskey is in, I'm guessing, a brown bottle because it looks kind of brown, or it's maybe clear with a tint to it or something like that. I mean, it looks dark brown, like whiskey in a bottle. This looks purple, but when you pour it, it's not purple, or kind of a reddish purple, almost kind of like a red wine. At least to me in this light, that's what it looks like. But pour it in the glass, no, it just looks like whiskey. You can smell the blackberry. Kind of smells a little bit artificial. It says natural, but kind of sweet and tart. I really don't smell the whiskey. All right, and I'm not sure if the lapel mic picked that up or not, but I'm going to edit out the motorcycle sound. It's sweet. It's not as tart as it smells, but I can tell this is blackberry. It covers up the whiskey taste pretty much. I mean, yeah, I can tell it's blackberry in some sort of alcohol, and I'd probably assume it's whiskey. It doesn't taste like vodka or tequila or anything else like that. This is actually smoother, in my opinion, than the regular Canadian Club. It does taste a little bit like cough syrup, though. They kind of laid it on strong. Yeah. So that is a lot better, in my opinion, just by itself. But I'm wondering how well that might work in a cocktail as well. So maybe I'll do a video with one or both of these in the future. In the meantime, if you wanted to have some affordably priced whiskey, but you kind of didn't like the whiskey taste, or you've had Canadian Club before and you're like, yeah, it's not really the best. It's not terrible, but it's not really the best. Canadian Club Blackberry might be something you like. I kind of like it, and I'm glad I picked it up to try it out. Thanks for watching.